Absolutely. About the current administration, you said they are deploying hatred and divide masked as Christianity. I want you to listen to this soundbite from J.D. Vance in this past December as he's speaking at a Turning Point USA rally.
The only thing that has truly served as an anchor of the United States of America is that we have been, and by the grace of God, we always will be, a Christian nation. But over the last 50 years, there has been a singular focus, a war that has been waged on Christians and Christianity in the United States of America. And let me say, of all the wars that Donald Trump has ended, that is the one we're proudest of.
As a pastor, what are your thoughts on the rise of religious discourse from this administration? Obviously, they're using it as a tactic, and people are falling for it, which to me is unbelievable. But someone who's rooted in public service, rooted in the house of the Lord, what are your thoughts when you hear stuff like this spewed?
How much time do
you see the clock.
Listen, he said this has been going on the last 50 years. The biggest adversary to Christian faith is people who speak in the name of Christianity, but continue to behave in ways and support policies that are decidedly anti-Christian. And so I'll be taking my cues from Jesus and not Donald Trump.
You can clap for that.
Who said,
yeah.
Who said, I came to preach good news to the poor. I don't know how taking health care from 15 million Americans, as they did in the one big ugly bill, is consistent with that message. We're fighting right now, trying to get folks their health care. I don't know how demonizing your neighbors is consistent with that. And so there's a long history to this. It is the American Christian slavocracy that is the biggest enemy of Christianity. It is the segregationists who opposed Martin Luther King Jr. and his movement in the name of faith. Jesus is the biggest victim of identity theft in American history because the folk who are so quick to use his name are some of the meanest people I know, and they support some of the meanest policies I know. And by the way, a big part of what it means for me to be a Christian is to be hospitable and welcoming and respectful of other people who get to the center but by a different route. And that is the beauty of this American experiment. Right. We are a multifaceted democratic republic where people of various faith traditions have decided that we're going to be in covenant with one another, and people who claim no faith tradition at all. And so J.D. Vance ought to leave the preaching to me. And he ought to go back and review his notes from Yale Law School that says that government will not establish religion. And that protects not only the state from the church, more importantly, it protects, or just as importantly, it protects the church from the state.